You're live. All right, guys, I'm such a professional. I don't have to paste my stream anywhere. I did it before I went live. I'm learning. All right. So we were just trying to figure out what the heck we were going to do, or at least in what order. I do have a note over here. So I guess first is the poll results. I haven't looked. Somebody did just spoil it for me, though. But that's okay.
Sorry.
It's not
My
really a
bad.
surprise. Last time I saw it, but let me go get it. Let's view my channel. Bobbity 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 bobbity. Yeah, I just saw a thumbnail for Daggerheart that fills me with much sadness. Let's see.
Stop.
Somebody saying I thought I would hate it. Now they love it. Oh no.
I'm actually
man.
playing it today at the library, right after this.
Oh boy. All
A
right.
bunch of children.
We're locking in the poll results. Here they are.
We're doing it.
Looks like the Stoat with 137 votes. The Stoat was the winner. 36%. He only won by 2%.
You know who just arrived in VDO?
Oh, is Peter here?
Peter!
Peter!
I know, me too, Peter.
Yeah, it's the worst. Also, you know what? Oh, no, wait. I'm not. I thought I was muted this whole time.
No, I could hear you. I checked. You sound good, actually.
Yeah, I know Peter's not coming through because I don't have him set up yet. So let me.
Hey, for you guys who are listening after the live stream, you should go check out the dragon video that Scratches did. And I just got a question about the cat. It's either Spot or Dot. I don't remember. I had to ask my children. But he loves me. Right, buddy?
Peter, say something.
Test. This is Peter saying something.
Yay, it works. All right.
Hooray.
Very good. Chat can tell me if it's all out of whack. Yeah. What was your cat's name? I missed it. I was doing things.
It's either Dot or Spot. I don't remember now. He has a little white dot on his neck.
Will it stay, though? See, sometimes those go away on those guys.
I know. He wants to stay on my shoulder. But he's getting big. I gotta get him a little tree like you.
Yeah. So, Stoat at 36%. We got a Stoat. We actually started to build him out the other day, but we were like, well, let's wait and make sure he actually wins. So we already got some ideas. I think he was going to be very hard to grapple was one thing. He's going to worm his way out of everything.
We talked about giving him slippery, right?
Yeah,
or like
something
a variation
like
of that.
Yeah, a buffed up version. All right.
Does everybody know Peter? Should we probably do an introduction, right?
Oh, yeah. I guess, well, I feel like everybody that watches my channel already watches Peter. See, that's what happens when the other channel's 10 times your size. So.
Oh, I'm not 10 times.
Two and a half?
No. It's like 60%.
Okay.
It's a big difference.
We do have a lot of cross-pollination, though.
That's true.
The
Venn diagram of our audiences is almost just a circle, I think.
Yeah. Every time I bring him up in a comment or something, they're like, "Yeah, I'm already subscribed over there." So.
Right. Well, I feel like we talk about each other a lot too, and so like there's awareness in our communities.
Good cross promotion.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Jacob. You'll have to remember what we did and didn't do last stream. Last stream was an update stream, right? And we went over all the jobs.
We went over our gerbs, specializations, because you and I kind of wrapped those up, so that's what we covered. Yes.
Was that all we did the whole stream?
Pretty close to. I only had an hour, so we buzzed through pretty quickly.
All right. Twice Dead Mage says we're great. All right, I'll take it. So, on the note of jobs, Witch Doctor was one. We was talking about making poisons. So we did make a poison table, and Twice Dead, you will be glad to know, we took some of yours.
We did. It was fun.
Oh, well, Peter, I turned you down already. I saw you were hitting the red,
okay.
So, yeah, you should be fine.
Great. I tend to project.
It's because you have a handsome voice.
Whoa.
Yeah, my voice is handsome. I have
just the voice.
I've got the face for radio. Yeah.
I've heard that one before.
Yeah.
All right, so where's the jobs? Well, I'm gonna paste this table over here. Paste it. So when you are the witch doctor, which comes from the doctor tree or job line, you turn your healing kit into a poison kit, and then so whenever you kill some monsters, you can roll to get some poisons. Just a d6 to keep things simple. 1 is paralysis. When an enemy fails their miraculous save, they cannot move that turn. Lasts for the duration of combat. I don't know how to say hallucinogen. Your foe sees you as much larger than you are. So this is basically the scarecrow dust from Batman. Your predator rating now rolls with rolls with 2 banes for the remainder of combat. Eye clouder, that was a twice dead one, I believe. Your opponent struggles to see and as such cannot follow your movements. Their to hit rating is reduced by 1 for the remainder of combat. Time bomb, Jacob liked this one. Once your enemy is injected with this poison, they have 3 rounds before they erupt in a magnificent explosion, consuming everything near to them. So make sure you get out of the way.
That's great.
Yeah. 5 is questionable. You drink your own poison. You take 1 strike, but can attack twice for the remainder of combat. I think that was also a twice dead one. Different name, but
different name. Yeah, he called it Twitch. But
yeah, that was
his.
Yep. And then 6 is snake venom. You replicate the venom of a deadly snake. Enemies will take 1 strike every round they fail their miraculous save. So that's like straight up poison. And let's see, on the note of jobs, I don't think he's here, Griffin Spade. He usually catches these after the fact. He had mentioned, because we were looking for a better name for Lancer, he thought about Skirmisher, Slayer, or Pouncer, which I like since that focuses on jumping.
Nice.
Yeah, the Pouncer makes sense. But he also had the idea for adding
motif.
Yeah, a GM note on there. Like if it doesn't have to be snakes, you could just pick one type of creature that guy's good at killing. So, I like that because if the GM didn't have any plans for snakes, but at the same time, I kind of like snakes being not a critical part of the lore, but like lore established that they are pretty dangerous and one of the bigger predators. So,
right.
But of course,
makes sense.
Yeah, you should be free to do what you want. What software? Yeah, Exceladdraw. I'm telling you, I gotta get sponsored by them or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Actually, we need to share this with Peter, probably. Let's see.
I already sent him the music link. I guess we should probably send him the music to the.
I'm also just watching the stream, so it's only slightly behind what you're showing.
Yeah, but here we go.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting access.
He's gonna get in there and judge us. He's far more organized than you and I.
He very much is.
I tend to not do this much planning in Exceladdraw. Like I don't do this much dev.
That's awesome.
We do have a Word document.
Before we go too far, do we want to do a quick promotion for Peter? Like just talking about what he's got going on?
What you got going on, Peter?
Peter.
Well, okay, yeah, sure. For those maybe that don't know in the chat, I have a pre-launch Kickstarter sign-up page for my post-apocalyptic action horror Weird West role-playing game called Clock World, and there will be a link. Just if you type in Tales from Elsewhere into Kickstarter, you get the page. It's the first one that comes up. And I think it's if you type in Weird West on Kickstarter, it's the first one that comes up. So that's a win. So you can sign up there. And it's going to be super cool. We're going to actually do the Kickstarter's in September, and we're making a full color, almost 400-page hardcover awesome rulebook. It's going to be super cool.
And he's going to have a pizza party when the Kickstarter wins.
Yeah, that's how I'll reward myself. I will walk across the street and I will get myself a pizza.
Nice.
Man's got pizza across the street. That's not fair.
I'm well positioned. I can walk down the street for dog grooming, a Target to shop at, a coffee shop, a Trader Joe's, which is our local market. I've got it all. A pizzeria. But that's just because I'm in a big city, and so
I have the opposite. I can walk down the road and Pick flowers.
Yeah, you can walk down the road and still be on your land, probably.
Yes, exactly.
I take walk 15 feet out my front door. I'm in the city.
That's fun. Hello, Cepheus.
Oh, there are. All right, so sandwiches. Speaking of food and pizzerias and all that, sandwiches were going to be our potions. Sorry, the music got loud in my ears, and I can't think straight. Do we really need to dive into that too much, or should we just go straight to Tinker Tools since we got Peter?
I think because we got the Peters, we should go right to Tinker Tools.
Tinker Tools. All right, Peter, that's what we're gonna do because we figure.
I like Tinker Tools.
Yeah, they're just kind of made up. They don't really follow EZD6 logic, so I figured that'd be easier on you. So, thinking of.
I have read EZD6 now since
nice.
because I knew I was coming on this. So I at least have some familiarity.
Sandwich. Team Fortress 2. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, Tinker Tools are just weird items, not magical, but mechanical in ways that don't make sense because little rodents made them, and that doesn't make sense anyway. So the example I keep going to is the extendo staff. You know, it's something
we got a griffin, and he's live.
Whoa.
Sorry.
How about that?
I interrupted.
But yeah, like the extendo staff, it's something that you can collapse in that's just, maybe the length of your forearm, and then you can extend it out to the height of you. So it doesn't make a lot of sense, but you could probably find some fun uses
but
for
it's
that.
Cool.
Yeah. So those are the type of items we'd like to make. And I think, don't we have somewhere on our massive board some Tinker Tools? We do.
Right underneath the moss and stone image.
Yeah. There's a raccoon creeping up on it. All right, so we do have some. Not all of these are worth keeping. Like, I don't even know if a pack of pythons would count as a Tinker Tool. That's more like just a regular item.
Well, yeah, and the way I kind of see looking at the Tinker Tools is some of these, like, climbing gauntlets. Does when I use the laser pointer, do you guys see it?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I thought so. So something like climbing gauntlets or even spring jump boots, digging gauntlets. Some of these are simply making you better at something you could do anyway. And some of these are giving you new things that you couldn't do, right? So like grapple hook gun, extendo staff, a big magnet, glider. These are new things, right? Which I always think is more interesting rather than just I dig better than I could with a normal shovel.
Yep.
So that's like my vibe, because some of these, I think there's a technical term for those differences and I'm blanking on what it is. I need more coffee. Some of them are just, some of them are vertical in that they just improve what you do, and some of them are horizontal and they make you more versatile. So I like the more versatile ones, the ones that make you do more interesting things.
So on that note, I mean, I do too, and that's a good point. And that actually justifies some of these lesser ones, because the Tinker Tools, the way, I don't know if you've caught up with it, but the way we're going to do them is, we have our safe zones that you travel to, the different establishments, tier 1, 2, and 3. The higher tier safe zones have higher tier tools.
Right.
So it would make sense for the lower tier to have something like the digging gauntlets. It just kind of makes you a little better at what you can already do. There's also a bit of randomness to it, rolling up which Tinker Tool you get. So
that way you could scale them with things like the glider.
Yeah, that would be like a tier 3 settlement kind of thing.
Like the big magnet. I actually love the big magnet because with a game like EZD6, you don't really need to be too explicit on what it does. It's just that it's a big magnet.
Yeah.
And players will want that so bad because who knows what sort of nonsense they're going to do with it.
That's right. You fall down a pit trap or whatever in a dungeon. It's like, well, what's on the ceiling?
Yeah, right? Can I pull out the big magnet? And, real laws of magnetism never actually come into play when doing this.
Let's fantasy magnets.
Yeah, let's not. Or, there's like an enemy, wearing like armor made out of, I don't know, tin, or no, tin isn't very magnetic, but metal, and you can just pull out the big magnet and
Yep.
bring them to you and all sorts of goofiness.
Oh, that's always fun. And I think the extendo staff is kind of feels that way too, because you can do like super unique things with.
Yeah.
I definitely think my favorite's the glider. I just love the idea of the backpack
glider.
glider. I don't know why.
So fun.
It gets me excited.
Yeah. So, Jacob, do you remember how many Tinker Tools we decided to do per establishment, or is that still floating?
I mean, I remember
I got a document
spending time
here.
on this.
Let's have a look. Where is that?
I remember we talked about the D66 thing.
18 tools. Now there's the note.
Yeah.
18 Tinker Tools is our minimum that we're aiming for. And we're going to say each tier has 6 items, 18 total. You roll 1d6 to match your town's tier of items. So each establishment or safe zone has, they'll have... I'm wording this poorly. So when you go to a tier 1 safe zone, they just have 6 items, and you will roll 1d6 to see which Tinker Tool you get. If you go to a tier 2, you can freely pick anything from tier 1 or roll on tier 2. And then when you get to tier 3, you can freely pick whatever you want from 1 and 2 or roll on 3. So.
And the thing with the limitation comes from the amount of Tinker Tools they can hold. Correct?
Yeah, you can only hold 1. So.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So these current 3 or 4 columns
they're
aren't
just
tiers
there.
yet.
They don't mean
They're just
anything.
there.
Yeah.
And the colors don't mean anything. The colors, they mean nothing.
They mean nothing. So, no, I was just writing random things down because I think that was a stream. I was flying solo and chat was just throwing stuff at me. Like the fishbowl helmet.
That's great.
But you can go underwater for longer.
Yeah.
Compass,
sense to me.
spyglass. Yeah, so let's try. We can come over here to the side, I guess. Let's make.
Like start putting them into tiers or something.
Yeah, let's do tier 1 tools and the tiniest of fonts.
Spring joy. You are true, Glee. You are. Truth speaking.
Yeah, I like colors.
So are we eliminating the ones that are vertical? Like the...
Yeah, well, because those are going to be vertical.
could
We
be
want in the
tier
higher
1.
tiers. The horizontal progression would be like tier 1, probably.
Yeah.
Or the reverse of that.
I think you meant the reverse statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things that just make you a little better at something you currently do would be vertical progression rather than horizontal.
Going up.
Yep.
Yeah, going sideways.
Anyway. Yeah.
Whichever. You know what I mean.
Yeah. So like climbing gauntlets would be tier 1 probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spring boots.
Spring boots. And and tier 1 doesn't necessarily mean
Bad.
not fun, because like spring boots in any game, whether tabletop or video, are always fun.
Yeah, like
It's true.
Your pouncer specialization gets spring boots. Who knows?
Right.
Oh my, that would be, it's just like boing, boing, boing.
I'm going to use
So
my
you want
jump ability
statistics,
from
right?
3 zones away. So, and we don't have to stop at 6. If we have more ideas, we can throw them in there.
So some of these like drawing kit and journal and pen, is literacy not assumed? Like is writing really special? I forget.
I think a lot of those were just chat throwing things out, and I was writing them down. So.
Oh, okay. Because if literacy is special, then that could be really cool, for sure. Ghillie suit might fall into a tier 1, actually. Something that helps you hide. Because everybody can hide, but something that makes you better at it.
I like that.
I just love the idea of a mouse covered in a ghillie suit.
Right? Yeah. Because rats, for example, and they'll build nests out of all sorts of bric-a-brac and trash, and so I imagine the ghillie suit is like covered in trash and all sorts of weird things.
Yeah.
That's fun.
All right, let's see. A compass is interesting, but I think a compass might be tier 2.
Yeah, and also I'm not sure because we haven't dove into the hex crawl part of this yet.
Gotcha.
The compass,
So
we were thinking like, oh, that might reveal, 1 zone away or something on the map, or
Sure.
yeah.
I mean, a compass also is probably just like a boon to any role for navigating or something, right? something simple like that if need be.
Yeah.
It feels a little bit more like a tier 2 to me than a tier 1, just because the creation of it is more intricate, like from a tinkering standpoint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little fancier.
A little fancier. I like one of these is some kind of alarm system? Question mark.
That was Adventure Manager. That's
I like it though.
Yeah.
Well, because when you're making camp in the wilderness, this is thinking, hex crawl stuff. A way to trap your camp to make it more secure is cool. I don't know how much of that aspect though you want to like dig into.
Well, we're trying to make supplies important, which get consumed at the end of day, so there will be camping out. And one of the species, I think, has a perk that they can't be alarmed at night. Like they, or maybe that was a specialization. I can't remember if it was an animal or a job. But anyway, it was something. They couldn't be, or was it inclination?
There is an inclination, yep.
Yeah, they can't be alarmed while sleeping, or can't be snuck up on.
Now, I was thinking, all right, what do we have different modes here? There's like jumping and climbing and sneaking on tier 1 tools, but I was also thinking about a tool that lets you cut through objects that would be difficult to cut through, right? Depending on what the reality bar is. Like metal is probably not something super common, right? But like a metal barrier, like a wire barrier, if you had wire cutters, right? To be able to cut through that, something like you could have a tier 1 that doesn't necessarily make you roll better, or it's not a boon necessarily, but mice can chew through a lot of things, but they can't chew through metal, is what I'm thinking about. Rodents, right? Yeah, something like that could be neat.
So a cutting tool, or
and a better flavorful name for that, of course, but a cutting tool is what came to mind.
We'll write it down. Cutting tool.
Chat says wind up saw.
Getting through metal.
Wind up saw. I'm just
cricket being alarm. Choop, choop. Do we want the extendo staff to be a tier 2?
That feels tier 2 to me.
Yeah, that feels down the middle.
Right, it's not super powerful, but it's also more interactive or special.
In the right moment, though, that could be really powerful, right?
Tier 1 are just those Pokemon moves. Yeah, it's what, cut and surf or whatever.
There you go. There's your Tinker Tools, the surfboard.
Yeah, I mean,
a flotation device.
It saved Kurt Russell at the end of Escape from LA, I believe. Didn't he surf or something at the end of that movie on the tidal wave?
I have no idea.
There's some movie trivia. Somebody fact check me in chat. Which Escape from was that in? LA or New York?
Rodent grill?
Grill up some rodents? Or is it a grill?
There's two ways to take that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we grill rodents.
What about a grapple hook gun? Tier 2?
Yeah, that feels kind of tier 2 to me. Because that's like climbing gauntlets and grapple hook gun are both in theory used to overcome the same obstacle, but the grapple hook gun helps your friends.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's more versatile. It's the difference between I'm good at climbing and now we have an easier time climbing. One is broader and more powerful.
Love it.
Yeah, Journey to the West on the Extendo stuff. Yeah, I always think, of course, I think of Dragon Ball whenever I think of that. It was Escape from LA. I thought so. Thank you, Twice Dead Mage, because surfing in LA and all that, those movies are wonderful.
I've never seen these movies.
Oh boy. So you're familiar with Metal Gear
are.
Solid? Like Snake from Metal Gear Solid and all
that?
Yeah,
I love. Yeah.
He's inspired by Kurt Russell's character from those movies. His name is Snake Plissken in those movies. His character.
Sounds like there's something I should look into.
They're kind of rad.
Kind of rad.
In the way that movies from the late 80s and early 90s were.
Do we want tier 1, since you roll a d6 on the tier 1, do we want number 1 to be just something kind of trash, like I
Right,
got
'cause
over
one
junk
is a
tools, an
failure.
ordinary rake. You might still find a use for it.
What if
Fishing
the
rod.
one on tier 1 is I don't know, I don't usually like sub tables, but is random junk. And it's like a funny little table of just all sorts of garbage that a 1 is, rather than just number 1 is a rake. What do you think about that? Or is that too many nested tables?
You could simplify it and say common garden tool, and then the
Oh,
player
yeah,
can
there you
pick.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, what'd you guys get? You know, I got spring boots, I got a ghillie suit. Like, I have a trowel. I'm the garden.
I found a hoe.
Yeah, exactly. And then the players will try to break it. You know what I mean? They'll find some abuse.
They're gonna come up with some of the best questions. So I do love players when they do that, though. The creativity that comes to their mind is.
It's the joy
I love
of it,
that
for
stuff.
sure.
That's why it's hard for systems like Pathfinder, where it's like pretty cookie cutter, or like obviously there's some flavor, and I try to be really flexible as I can when I'm running it. But it's like sometimes they push it. The problem is like if you push it too far into like a feat investment, you're gonna take away from somebody's feat investment. That's why I like games like EZD6, where it's like you're not too worried about stealing somebody else's thunder.
Well, yeah, and the math in EZD6, the way that things scale up and down is so what's the right term here? Concrete's the wrong term. Bound. It's bound scaling rather than unbound scaling. As in Pathfinder, your bonuses continually go up linearly over time. So, you know, a character at high level could have plus 20 to a roll, but a character level 1 has plus 5. EZD6 is bound, right? You're only ever rolling like usually 3d6 at most, right? And you're only ever looking for a 3, 4, 5, or 6 or something. So anyway, easier to balance means you can improvise it easier because you don't have to run the numbers.
Absolutely.
I'm going to derail this chat with like
that's fine.
game design philosophy points.
This is why you're here.
Yeah.
In fact, I think I had an old video talking about that, like how games like Pathfinder are a lot easier to make items for because you have that wiggle room and little +1s and 2s you can do. Whereas EZD6, it's like, well, that +1 is massive.
Yeah, like I feel like in games like EZD6, you spend almost more time thinking of what it will do, not necessarily the numerical representation of it, right? Because so much of it is just like a boon or it's not called an edge, the +1, right? Incrementing it by 1, like you would spend a hero point on or something. Anyway.
Somebody says, see, spring toys as tools. If you need to power those saws or other tools, you can just wind up a spring key.
Oh, gotcha.
And then a fire starter. Griffin Spade suggested a fire starter with or without fuel, and then Mike said a lighter for tier 2.
I mean, a lighter is really good. I'm not gonna lie, especially if it's like large for them, like scaled. Like...
Just pull out this giant Bic lighter.
Yeah. It's like bazooka size almost.
Oh, that imagery is something else.
Well, you know, like this might be more like tier 3, but basically one of those jury-rigged lighters with like, where it's got an accelerant outside of the lighter and you light it and it just sprays something, sprays fire. Because these tinkers they're jury-rigged, right? They're made by rodents, and so they could be hodgepodge like that. And it only has so many uses, and the rodents don't know how to make more lighters, right? And so you'd have a limited amount of times you could use this flamethrower before you need to find another Bic lighter somewhere to refuel it. Like they don't have a crude oil refinement or oil refinement, right?
Let's So it sounds like we like a fire starter.
Yeah, just some sort of fire starter is great.
Yeah.
What about something that generates light, like beyond a torch? Think about
one of the wind-up headlamps or something.
Yeah, something like
Because I have one of those. You have those grip flashlights, but I'm imagining like a rodent. The stoat that sadly won the vote has like a helmet on that they wind up with a headlamp.
Grateful to have Peter here and his agreeing with me.
Back you up. No, the stoat was my second choice if I had a third YouTube account to log in as to vote with.
So yeah, we can start fires and then we'll say headlamp. Or
Well,
lamp.
a lot of rodents. Correct me if I'm wrong, biologists. A lot of rodents see quite well in the dark.
So that was something we actually, I think it was off stream, we talked about. The mole does have some vision stuff. Like they don't need. We're leaning into the blind thing, and they can just do whatever. But it came up, it's like, yeah, most of us, or most of the species can see in the dark anyway. So the mole excels when your vision's just completely obscured. Like so, smoke.
Yeah,
bomb,
not low light conditions, no
Yeah.
light conditions.
Yeah. So that
Actually,
and
I
I
like-
was gonna ask, how would the headlamp play into that if it was just be for those total
Yeah.
darkness situations, or
Yeah, it's less
Yeah.
useful in that case, huh?
yeah.
It is. It almost want to be tier 1.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it could
like-
be used for different things. You could use it for signaling across the dark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, you cover it with you take a
Yeah.
something and you cover it to do Morse code.
Yeah. You could do. There's a lot of different things you can do with light beyond just for vision.
Yeah, so maybe that one's a tier 1 then, because
Yeah.
it's just not as useful in a game where most of the players have poor vision in the dark.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That might not be a bad idea.
I like Griffin Spades here. Firefly juice jar. Just shake it up.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Oh man.
Actually, the magnifying glass that Great Mustache brought up could be used as
The
a fire
fire starter.
You could move the actual lighter fire starter to tier 3 and do magnifying glass at tier 2. That way you have like the
Good.
step up too a little bit.
That only works if you got daylight though.
Exactly why it's
Yeah.
lesser than the fire starter.
Maybe.
What
I don't know,
I'm
just thoughts.
what I'm thinking about right now is, okay, so inventions, like tinker inventions, are the kinds of things that are solving a problem the denizens of the world regularly face, right? That's
Mhm.
kind of one of the evocations we can think about. So rodents in this world who are primarily hunted, if I remember correctly, by reptiles, right?
Well, technically, some of our roster eats each other, but we're ignoring that.
Well, that's fine. Yeah. But like for this world we have here,
Yeah.
it's mostly rodents versus reptiles, right?
Yeah, and birds.
And birds. So reptiles hunt via, not necessarily via sight. They're not sight hunters. They're smell hunters, primarily, or heat hunters. So things that mask or could thwart that, like Arnold in Predator covering himself with the cold mud
Mhm.
so that the predator can't see him. Something like that could be interesting, like a way to protect yourself. Or something you wear that if you are swallowed, it makes them spit you back up. A common defense
Ooh,
among
like a
amphibians.
toxic skin.
Yeah. Like, because if the big snake tries to eat you, it's like bleh, it spits you
Yeah.
back out once or something, right?
Yeah, I like that. And then I also like the idea of tier 3 being some items made to deal with birds of prey.
Yeah. And those are
That would be the
really
higher
scary.
end, advanced stuff. In which we don't
Great
have a
idea.
bird killer class, so
Well, technically, the pouncer could be considered because we talked about changing it to where it's not only.
yeah. Well, we were gonna
Only
flavor it
lizard.
snakes and then have the GM note. Hey,
Yeah.
feel free to make this your enemy of choice.
Well, and to me, the birds almost come off like dragons. in
Yes,
this thing, in
that's
that
kinda
they
what I
are
was thinking.
So scary, you know. So you're not a bird hunter would be legendary. You're like, what, this mouse that actually hunts birds? You know, what amazing feats of bravery that would be, right? Almost beyond what a class would say you'd do. Does that make sense? Like,
Mhm.
you know, like that's almost what anybody could become, regardless of their class or not class. What are they? Yeah, they're called classes.
Yeah, we have classes and then, or no, we have job then specialization. That's
Job
how-
and specialization.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Twice
Toad
dead.
wort juice.
Yeah, whether or a bullet, you get gunpowder out of it and a brass bucket.
I mean, right?
Scrat owl slayer.
Big stank.
Yeah.
I just noticed you were.
Yeah, big snake.
The big stank. I mean, that sounds really useful.
They can smell
Sounds
you
good.
Oh
coming.
man, if we ever get the skunk, you can
Yeah,
harvest
there
this
you go.
big stank.
Ooh. That could have been just their natural thing. Like,
Exactly. Look at that.
Yeah.
Let's make this green.
That's
Tier
fun.
3.
The imagery of that is fun too, because it's like, well, I'm applying my tinker tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get that big thing. The proper color progression in video games is, what is it? White, green, blue, purple, orange
Yeah,
on tiers. So
usually.
we're not following that.
We're
right
not.
I like that setup. So yeah, tier 2 is starting to go into more. I'm going to use the term lightly, but like wondrous things.
Yeah.
You know, it's getting to be very special, and then tier 3 are truly remarkable. Maybe whoops. Like
Man, imagine if the bird had something metal on him and you just had that big magnet.
Oh my gosh, so cool. He had to ground a bird. Well, because birds, they get grounded like that. Well, I mean, they can die just from that fall, right? If they don't land properly. So.
Oh, that's
I
what
mean,
you do. You have your lancer or pouncer or whatever yeet his harpoon into him, and then it hooks into him, and then you big magnet them down.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
funny is-
Good
go
Teddy
ahead.
Roosevelt quote in the chat. Yeah, I think that's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
Carry a big
Yeah.
stank.
Bye twice dead.
It's funny. I'm picturing a like a hawk that has a worshipping follower of mice that build him like metal claws and stuff. And it's like they're like the cultist mice, you know, like that's kind of a fun like
like kobolds and dragons almost.
Yes,
you know, like
exactly.
they're the food, but they worship them. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
That could be so cool.
Man, I like if I were playing in that game and I met those cultists, I'd be like, y'all stupid.
Yeah, exactly. What do you do?
You are next.
But that's a thing in fantasy worlds, and so that would be kind of fun. So just picturing like just talking about like the stuff, picturing the hawk getting armored or like sharper talons where it's like they have protection.
Yeah. No, and we had talked about birds before, kind of being either or. Like the birds of prey could be super dangerous and rare, like somebody just mentioned earlier, the dragons. But then the birds, there's also the birds that don't eat the rodents, and they're used for other things.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Tier 2. What I see on here is a pollen sprayer.
That's what I was just about to point out.
But I was thinking the opposite of big stank could also be cool, where you smear it on something or spray it on something and it attracts reptiles to it. Like you could put it on something like a hostile mammal, right? And it will make it more that a snake will come out and eat it, or a big toad. It's not a reptile, but amphibian. Are toads and such also threats in the game?
Only because I hate them and want to kill them.
Oh, funny. I pictured them as like neutral.
Yeah, probably.
Like, I think there's gonna end up being a lot of like neutral creatures
what up,
around the world.
Runehammer?
What's up, man?
Hey.
What have we here?
Some EZD6 troubles. That's what we're causing problems. Dragon in particular for dwarves. So yeah, the bee thing. I had it like a smoke bomb, but you got bees following you around. Like you could use the bees for something too if you want, but they refill it. Then that was because the Tinker Tools are supposed to be something you have that you can use repeatedly.
Gotcha. So not supposed to be consumed.
Yeah, we had toyed with that idea, but like we ended up going the idea of them being more of a tool instead of a consumable. So
gotcha.
So that's how you justify using that one more than once. But I guess it could be fun to do something with the bees too. But that might get into the swarmer territory.
You know what I'm imagining is a suit or armor that is made of cast off reptile skin, because they shed it regularly whenever they grow, as a way, instead of the ghillie suit, or in addition to the ghillie suit, like as a way to hide from reptiles, because it's going to mask your... This is not scientific what I'm describing, but the cast off reptile skin helps shield you from the way that they hunt or something like that.
Yeah,
almost like a cloak. I'm thinking of like a cloak of invisibility in quotes here, right?
This is the advanced ghillie suit.
Yeah, it's the better ghillie suit, and it's made of specifically the reptile skin. I think that could be cool. I mean, I always go for like more macabre imagery, of course. I just can't help myself.
Yeah.
So
Scent
okay,
gland.
we could do
Oh,
that. Just snake skin.
Yeah, snakeskin. Yeah, snakeskin boot. I put on my snakeskin boots and I'm invisible.
Well, what's
Basically,
cool
just
about that
makes
too
you
is
invisible to snakes. Is that what we're gonna?
Something like that. Yeah, I think that could be kind of neat.
what's cool about the tier 3 version is it takes processing. So like
Mm.
it has to come from the higher the rune hammer, molted cloak. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
There it is. But like because from tier 3s, the higher settlements, it has to be processed. So the snake skins or reptile skins are brought in and has to
Right.
go through their processing. So it makes sense that it's harder to obtain, comes from the higher, but it does more for you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's like I imagine that's also a way to prove that you've slain a snake or something is to bring in a molted skin, but then people, just like in fantasy stories, sometimes fabricate. They just happen to find it cast off, not actually having slain them. Like you have people who steal the glory of dragon slayers, that kind of thing. Anyway, now I'm just thinking about the like adventures that the players could go on.
It's my problem. That's what I start doing.
Yeah.
I start
get the
dreaming
good- Yeah, well, a lot of these actually, these, especially the tier 3s, they make good adventure prompts if the players are at a settlement that wants to get to tier 3, right? The
Ooh.
materials they need for the big magnet or the snakeskin are hard to get, right? And that can be a story beat so that the town can start making tier 3 tinker tools or settlement, right? Could be kind of cool. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
All of it. That's cool.
What's Tinker Tool for hunting some birds or dealing with birds or
Birdshot.
avoiding?
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't have black powder like stuff in this, do you?
Mm-mm.
You don't.
Right. Okay. So that's out because birdshot is immediately what I thought of
Yeah.
too.
But netting is extremely dangerous for birds.
Yep.
Like some kind of net launcher.
Yep. I
would
like
be
that.
cool.
I like a net launcher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't specifically have to be used on the bird either, but
No.
Right. Yeah.
but
Yeah. It's
it
particularly
would-
devastating. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I like that because when you're hunting a bird, you'd use birdshot or you'd use the particular arrows. Right. What are the arrows you use in bird hunting?
There
I'm
is
forgetting
no
the
dealing
name.
with boards.
There is no dealing with it. Well, it's like so what I'm imagining the birds are like is the movie Reign of Fire with
Yes.
Christian Bale and
Yes.
Matthew
Did you just
McConaughey.
watch his dragon video?
No, it's on my watch later. Like it came
He
out.
literally he
I
references
know.
it.
Well, like this is the middle of my work. Like this is a lunch break for me, so I haven't
Oh.
had a chance to ingest too much other content. I gotta go back to work right behind me after this.
boo
I know
work.
Scrat was bashing that movie, but it is one of the DVDs I own.
Yeah, I think I
No,
do
I
too.
love that movie unironically.
Yeah.
Spider tip arrows, that's also good. Runehammer in here
Ooh.
dropping good
I know, man.
wrecks.
Exactly. It's like he knows the system or something.
Yeah, what's weird.
So
Then what
that
does he
part,
know about game design?
that part in Reign of Fire where dude jumps off the tower with his
Oh.
axe?
Oh yeah.
I legitimately thought that was a Gatorade commercial because when that movie came out, the Gatorade commercials were a thing, and they're like, "Gatorade, is it in you?" That was the thing, and I swear that the announcer was going to come up and say that when I saw.
Yeah. Well, in Reign of Fire, they defeat the paramilitary group defeats a dragon by entangling it in flight, so it crashes.
Mhm.
Right. So the net launcher evokes that very well.
Yeah.
We've been called fake fans by not
I
looping your
saw that.
videos in the background. My bad. Yeah, I like the net launcher a lot because I can imagine the players. They get access to the tier 3, and throughout their play, birds have been something they've fled from more so than become the aggressors toward. And then they see that net launcher and what it would do, and they're like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we can take the fight to them now."
So
there's a cool
also,
moment there.
who was it? It was Runehammer that said spider tip arrows, and then Mustache said the spider webbing launcher. So the net's made out of spider web, and those check out because we have a specialization called spider rider. So lore wise, makes
I
sense.
see bird bait. That's just the rodents. The rodents. Are the...
Where are the
That's
baits?
just an unwanted NPC. That's bird bait.
That's the Lindsay of the group.
Yeah, you get it's whatever your friendly goblin you spared in the dungeon, whatever that equivalent is your bird bait, right?
That's right.
Let's
So
flee from boards.
with spider tip arrows though, that wouldn't be a tinker tool because that's something you can consume. Though technically, I guess the net launcher you can too.
Yeah, but I was thinking the net launcher you could reload.
Yeah.
Like
that's
so,
like
I feel like a net is easy to get, so you can just reload it.
Yeah, like the net part is just equippment.
Yeah.
And the tool is what
It's actually the launch. Yeah, it's the launcher.
Yeah.
right.
Oh man, it could still be made out of spider webbing though. That's
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
awesome. Yeah.
Love that sticky idea. That's so much energy in my head. It's insane.
Yeah, and I guess that'd be a perk of being the spider rider. You can just do that naturally. You don't need the tool. Your spider can just poof, shoot out some web.
There's your bird hunting class.
Yeah.
I mean, there are spider eating birds in the world. That's just terrifying. Oh,
You mean bird-eating spiders?
Bird-eating spider.
Yeah, the
You
ones
know
in
what I meant.
Australia.
yeah. Sorry, my head just picturing the idea of a spider hunting a bird is like,
Yeah,
whew.
horrifying. Well, I mean, Scrat was talking about how there are squirrels that eat deer.
Yeah.
So...
I looked it up. That's insane.
Yeah,
And they
absolutely
remember they just
horrifying.
eat the heart and what liver is all they eat, and
Yeah,
just
just
leave
get
the
in
rest.
there and-
Yeah.
I need that
How
minerals, man.
wasteful.
Yeah.
Oh, wasteful. Nature's extremely wasteful in a way,
Yeah.
right? But it
Yeah,
all
yeah.
works together, hence the
Yeah, other
circle of
things come
life.
to me, yeah.
But see,
But
if
still.
you trained one of those squirrels to hunt your deer, see, he
There you
leaves the
go.
whole carcass
Oh,
for you
But
intact.
I like the heart.
Oh, yeah.
What a terrifying
Yeah.
image.
I
Oh,
cook
you know,
it
that,
a little
uh,
mustard sauce. It's so
oh.
good.
Chat brings up a good question. Are there felines as threats? Hunting cats, bobcats, and such? In
I
the
want
game?
there to be, but we hadn't gotten quite there.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
haven't
'cause
considered
cat-
so.
Yeah.
And I know we've been joking a lot about like man-made parts in here, but lore-wise, we have not explored that. We haven't
Okay.
said we are in a post-apocalyptic state. I was kind of leaving that open. So if the GM wanted to say, this is, Moss and Stone's all taking place kind of in a mouse rittery world where you will find human structures and items lying around. Like that could be super fun, but I'm not going to enforce it.
Solidify it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So that
Well, 'cause
said,
I
I don't
always
know
think
if
of-
house cats would be roaming around, but I mean, obviously, bobcats.
bobcats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
definitely would use them as a tool in my games for sure.
But
Handy,
I
my little
can't
squirrel.
help any rodent-based game. I just think of Secret of Nim. Like
Yeah.
that's the image that is permanently burned into my brain, which has a mix. Right? They're just mice in a farm.
Yeah.
Basically. I love that.
It's a fun setting too, like
Yeah.
with mouse ritter and stuff. Finding like, oh yeah, no, here's half a scissor. That's my giant claymore.
Yeah, that's your your great sword. It's just
Yeah.
the imagery there is excellent.
Yeah, those are fun.
Mhm.
So let's see. So we could have something for, well, the hollow tongues are also a thing. Do we want a tinker tool specifically for that, or is that
I was just about to suggest that because it's like,
that could be your 6 roll of a tier 3?
yeah.
So because
I
that's
forget what that is. What's
the hollow tongue. That's something that's been corrupted by the moss.
That's our blood oiler.
Basically,
yeah.
yeah.
Love it. I'm a big fan of wherever that kind of stuff pops up.
It was slightly inspired by you.
Yeah.
Awesome. That makes me happy.
Yeah, and we wanted to have Twice Dead Mage is gone. We were going to have the Twice Dead Swamp was an area, and there was going to be an owl that had turned into a hollow tongue that scoops up rodents and drowns them in the swamp, and they become moss monsters. So
Heck yeah.
you get to die twice.
Yep. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, the lore of that is fun. We also have I got on the map I make. I need a cephalopus. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Cephalopoulos. Yep. It's a city named after Cephas. My tongue is not working. I've been.
Well, speaking of the hollow tongue, for tier 3, so you could have something that saves someone from death. Like this is a little bit more consumable though, so maybe it shouldn't count. But now you got me thinking about blood oilers, where you can bring somebody back from the dead, but they have some permanent bane on them afterwards, some curse, right? Because now part of them has been, corrupted, but they're back again, right?
Yeah.
But less than they were before.
could.
That's not so
and
much
then-
a tool though, as it is like maybe a
and I
nasty
think
story consumable.
I think we way back there we might have toyed with the idea of being able to be corrupted partly by the moss, didn't we?
We talked about it, but we never solidified it.
Yeah.
Um,
I just completely forgot about it till now. So
And yeah,
like,
Griffin,
cool.
you are right. There are wild cats that are the size of house cats in real life, depending on
yeah,
what part of the world you're in. I always think, I mean, it's the ethnocentrism that one has. I just think of North America where we have bobcats, which aren't very big, but they're definitely a lot bigger than rodents.
yeah.
they're terrifying though.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you ever seen one in the woods? It's just like they're so quiet, and it's
Yeah.
like, where did you just come from? And you just, I don't know. Cats are
Yeah.
terrifying. They
Yeah,
are. I mean, I love them. But
I've seen one once on a hike, and it was so cool. It's the coolest thing. Right. I'm a city boy, so I don't get to see wildlife much.
I think it's cougars. There's wild rumor that we have cougars in various parts where I'm at. Like people swear they have seen them. They also
they just took one out of the local city, and supposedly
get
they haven't been around here, and they just found one. They have it all over Ring cameras. All of a sudden, it blew up our news. Now
Yeah.
they're doing tons of memes of having this giant cougar walking around
Yeah.
right through the downtown city.
those things are
awesome.
dangerous.
We actually have, there are Hollywood, saying there's Hollywood cougars sounds really funny.
Yes, it does.
There is a small population of mountain lions that live around the Griffith Observatory in Hollywood, in Los Angeles. Like they actually track them, and like they cross freeways in the night and all this wild stuff. Like they're there. They're there even in one of the largest urban sprawls there is.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And the scary part is they'll hunt humans.
Yeah, doesn't come up as much here
No.
because they're more likely, sadly, to just be hit by a car because
Yeah.
than they are to kill a person. But oh yeah, they're
But
plenty big to take down a man.
I remember my wife, she told me that she used to ride horses in Colorado. And she
Mm.
said one of the fears, they'll come up and they'll stalk you.
Yeah.
And they'll just walk alongside you, and you don't even know they're there. And then all of a sudden you hear the horses start freaking out first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, to be hunted.
Not something we normally have to worry about. David.
No.
Exactly. So back to our.
Mike
Oh, we don't have
says-
fishbowl helmet on here somewhere.
We also don't have the
yeah,
glider.
yeah. Well, I got
Oh,
the
no,
glider
glider's
on.
here on tier 3.
Oh, tier 3. I'm just kidding. It makes sense.
Tier 2 might be not a bad place for the fishbowl
That's
helmet.
what I was just
Here on
thinking.
number 6, yeah.
Fishbowl helmet. I think Mike. Let's see. Mike was talking about the black-footed cat as the most successful feline hunter. Is that the one? It's a desert cat, and it's even smaller than a house cat. I thought it's a goofy
Oh, it's so
looking
tiny and cute. I just
Yeah.
looked it up.
I think I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I just
They are
Googled it.
adorable.
Yeah.
They're in mainly southern Africa. 14 to 20 inches in length.
Yeah.
Little tiny cutie.
That's
yeah.
adorable.
All
Yeah, it
right.
just looks like a house cat.
It really does.
right, so
They're
just
brutal
tier
hunters, though. I mean, even house
Oh, yeah.
cats are.
Well,
All right.
I told you Crash threw a shrew at me here a while back.
did
Yeah. I don't think Peter heard that story. When I go feed
Yeah.
the birds and stuff, I'll take my big black cat out with me and usually sit for a while so he can get outside and play around. And I was just in the chair, falling asleep, and then something just thumped up against me. And I thought we had some big dragonflies going around. It's like, okay, one just kamikazed me. And I woke up and I saw some of the corner of my eye kind of roll down. I was like, what is that? And then cat comes over there, grabs it, and he just yeets it again. It's just throwing a shrew.
That's beautiful.
everywhere.
That's awesome.
I shouldn't laugh, but it is so
It
funny.
was pretty terrible, and I felt
Yeah,
so
yeah.
bad for the shrew, so I fed it to the turtle.
Hey, circle of life.
Yeah,
Mufasa would be proud.
he would. Turtle made
That's
short
awesome.
work of it.
Yeah.
All right, so we got 2 more.
Yeah, they're tier 3, so they should be an amount of wondrous.
I know, because it's like the spyglass is really cool, the fishing rod's really cool, but to me those are both tier 1,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
maybe tier 2 because it takes a lot to make the spyglass, right?
Right, it's
they're
kind of
not-
that 1.5.
Definitely not tier 3. So it's like, what is tier 3?
Yeah, I feel like tier 3 lets you do something that you couldn't attempt without it, right? Really stepping beyond, you know, like snakeskin makes you, or the molted cloak makes you invisible to the snake, right? That's beyond just hiding, right? The net launcher, the glider, the big magnet, these are new. It's a new thing I get to try, right, as a player. So it needs to be, I feel like that's a good guiding light. I mean, I know we were kind of joking earlier about a surfboard, but now I'm thinking about like skateboards and surfboards as modes of transportation, but that's probably a little too goofy.
There's so many options, right?
You know what?
Yeah. Oh,
Jacob, I think we forgot to add when on the Bugmaster. Where is the spider rider? We talked about the mounted guy having extra. Don't they get like 2+ supplies when hitting up a safe zone because they had more cargo space?
We did. We
Yeah.
didn't put it on there, but it was something we did talk about.
I'm gonna make a little note in the Word doc real quick
Because I wasn't sure if we wanted that overcomplicated things. I think is what we were like hemming and hawing about.
okay. I have a partially unformed. Oh god, centipedes as motorized skateboards is straight out of my nightmares. Okay, this is partially unformed, but I'm imagining a sap launching weapon. It sprays sticky sap, and to reload it, you have to take the end of it and jam it into a tree, like you would when you're harvesting syrup, right?
Yeah, when Craig had his play-by-post of Mouse Ritter going, the mouse I rolled up was a sap tapper, and it became
Oh, there you go.
It became a thing. Like it was all about the tap life, and I was using sap for so that
I mean,
Yeah,
sap can be used for resin, for fire, for glue. I mean,
so you are
So-
speaking my
Tin
language.
can
now.
tone
I
is
love the
so
tin can.
funny because it's such a limited distance. Like you can shout that distance.
That's the tier 1 when you roll a
yeah,
1.
yeah. That's a common garden tool, right?
what about some? Do
Well,
we
hey,
have
Go back to the
Go ahead.
sap thing. What was it? A
Sorry,
sap
throwing
launcher?
ideas?
So I'm imagining it's, you know, it's a goo launcher. It's a sticky goo launcher at the end of the day, right? A kind of a classic thing where you can gum up people. You can gum up your enemies so they can't move as much. It's different than the net launcher because you can reload this in the field by finding a tree, and you know you tap the tree to reload the sap launcher. It has.
I like that because then you can only get one shot in a dungeon or something.
Yeah, because it could be quite powerful, and maybe because we're thinking wondrous is that you can the sap could be provisions as well if you need to. Like it can help you get provisions from trees in the wild because obviously syrup from certain trees has a lot of like sugar value and all that.
Yeah, and if you find somebody for some reason that has like a lot of claws that could get out of the net, I mean, sap.
Right?
it's
Yeah, you
just
can't. Yeah, they can snip through it,
harden up.
right? But the goop
Yep.
is harder. Yeah, the sap sprayer. Yeah.
Something derived from moss monsters be a tier 3 tool. Ooh.
Ooh.
Well, Jacob, you were about to say something, weren't you?
Oh, I just had some kind of nut smoking canister to help generate the smoke. Horn, bullhorn, briar, grappler for grappling. Just kind of throwing ideas out there. That's it. I'm
Yeah,
writing them down.
You don't have a razor wire or a barbed wire. Like you don't have a concertina bundle in any of these. I'm just a fan of concertina bundles. I just think they're super cool.
So something
That's because I think of horror.
from a moss monster. So a moss monster is just, air quotes, a regular creature you find in the wild that has been corrupted. So what would you get from them?
I mean, what if you could, if what you have inflicts that corruption on a target, driving them mad and maybe making them attack their allies?
Ooh, that would have been a fun class.
It would have been
Oh,
fun, guys.
for your first expansion to this expansion of EZD6.
We already got the animal bundles planned out. You know, the Australian wildlife bundle.
Oh, heck yeah.
Large and in charge DLC.
We already
Yeah,
have.
that's great. Oh, that's really
Tasmanian
funny,
devil.
Great Mustache.
Expanding
popcorn.
nut. Get a bird to eat it. Oh no.
Yeah, oh no.
So many cool items you could make. Might have to do another list of tinker tools when we start later on. But something from the moss monsters, definitely something that definitely affects them mentally, or we're trying to do non-mechanical. Obviously, my first thing is something that gives you a predator resistance. But
It could be just something to help deal with them. Like the net was for the birds, so there's like something that distracts a moss monster or makes them more vulnerable to attacks or something.
what kills moss? Vinegar.
I was saying also really dry. Moss needs moisture.
Yeah, burning it out. Flamethrower. We're back to that.
Back to the flamethrower. Back to the magnifying glass. Well, okay. What if? I mean, this is maybe too simple. A highly reflective surface you could use to blind. I mean, that's just a mirror.
Yeah.
Really.
Hello, Galaxy Fox Night Sky.
Bleach.
I know. I was thinking bleach too. A little bleach and ammonia, it's fine.
I mean, like things like bear
Mothballs.
spray and all that are very cool. That's getting more into like modern, modern
for sure.
tech. And I actually need to head out because my lunch break is just about over.
No.
I know,
man.
because this is I'm at my day job.
Yeah.
But I want to share something with you two
Uh-oh.
and the viewers before I left that I realized I got. So Red Richard, one of the people working with me on my project,
Mhm.
I want to show you these special dice that I'm bringing to Gen Con as a little preview.
I gotta make Peter big. Here we go.
Make Peter big. I'm gonna show you.
Yes, I love bullet dice. Love.
They are. Let's see if I can- Oh, it's
Yeah,
let's see if I can clear.
Oh, serious. It's got
They
the
have-
wounds on it.
They have the injury results on them as D8s.
Yeah.
This is the size of a 45, and
Yeah.
the D8 is what you use for revolvers in the game.
That's
That's-
slick.
Also, D6s that are shotgun shells, and these are 12 gauge size, and they also are a D6, which is what the shotgun uses.
Yeah.
So yeah, they are injury dice in bullet shapes. They're
Peter
just-
just demonetized me. Thanks, man.
Oh no!
No, I'm kidding.
No, these are, yeah, they're
I got it all
3D
turned off
plastic.
anyway.
Yeah, I just wanted to share because they just came in. They're so cool.
Those are
Yeah, I gotta
awesome.
head back to the day job. But I'll probably just turn on this stream if you guys are gonna keep going, and I'll be
Oh,
in the
yeah.
chat.
We got another hour to go, so.
Yep. All right, well, have a good one, y'all, and I'll just be in chat in a few minutes, probably.
All right.
Wonderful to have you,
Appreciate you.
Peter.
Thanks,
Bye,
everyone.
buddy.
All right, now I need to
Oh,
disable that. Okay.
we're gonna lose his awesome energy. No.
Yeah. Now we actually have to work. Oh no. All right. Yeah, see, I love the idea of getting something from them because that's what we've kind of been doing, but I don't think there's anything we can get from them that you wouldn't get from the creature before it was corrupted anyway. So a 6 on a tier 3 for something to deal with a moss monster, I feel like is a pretty solid win.
I know.
Um,
But the
But
first
what?
thing that comes to my mind is like fire or vinegar.
Yeah, so
Um,
that's the natural way to deal with it. So I'm trying to dip into the lore side of my brain here. We
Yeah,
haven't touched anything on that, have we? Because the moss showed up and confused everybody.
Correct.
So really, I think the way it was developing, the way to deal with the moss is faith. Like you cleanse it or whatever through that. Like that's kind of where the preachers came in that we have.
Yep.
So I don't think we can just make unless we have a holy item that just makes them burn.
It's like only holy item in the game.
Yeah. Moss excretes acid that dissolves rocks very slowly. Maybe some kind of moss sauce.
Moss sauce.
Hmm.
Man. It's so difficult because it's like magic's easy. We could come up with 100 things, right?
Yeah.
But this needs to be a mix between mechanical and wondrous.
Well, I am also perfectly fine with the idea of not giving an item for this because it keeps the moss monsters dangerous and like otherworldly. It's like no, even the biggest of civilizations have not figured out how to deal with these guys efficiently. So
Ooh, that's a good way to keep them large
Yeah.
and in charge, and continue to drive the story.
Yeah. Also, chat, is the music getting insanely louder for you, or
It keeps changing.
Okay, it's loud, but I'm looking at the levels over here, and it's at -45, so that seems fine.
I think it's just us. I'm not sure if it's chat. Let's
Okay.
ask. A woolly cheese.
Holy cheese, woolly cheese.
Woolly.
So
woolly mammoth cheese.
now that I've said that out loud, I think I am for leaving them their own entity and having not figured out what to do with them yet.
I think that's fun.
Yeah,
I think that creates the mystery, right?
not very loud.
Great
It's been
Mustache
fine.
and Glee
Okay.
says it's fun. So
All right, I'm just tripping balls over here.
I
That's
think it's
fine.
just us listening. Who knows?
Yeah. Okay, so what is another big threat? We got birds covered to an extent. We got something from snakes. The glider and magnets are purely mechanical.
Sap launcher.
That's pretty mechanical multi-use too. So
Yep. Something specific. Something that's unique too. I'm trying to think of like different launchers. Because the only thing I had, but it's almost all the stuff I was coming up with feels tier 2-y.
I'm still not convinced with the compass yet. I just don't see them. That feels like it needs a baked-in mechanic. Like, hey, the compass does this, which is not what Tinker tools are. I mean, I like it as a item idea, but not a Tinker tool. Because these all, and I guess you could argue the same thing for the fishbowl helmet, because we have it written down, let you breathe longer underwater. Whereas, you know, climbing gauntlets, the headlamp, extendo staff, they don't have rules. They just, like, this is what it does. Figure out what you want to do with it. So,
I mean, you could argue that it's the same thing with the fishbowl helmet, where a compass is very specific, typically. Because the fishbowl helmet, you can be like, I'm putting it on for a little extra protection. I mean, because it could protect your face from briars if you wanted to go through like a briar patch and thorns and stuff like that, right? The fishbowl helmet.
So the badger has the fishbowl helmet, and you got a mouse in the party, so the mouse can fit in the fishbowl, and you just roll him through the briar. A Swiss Army knife type of thing. I like that for the cutting tool.
Yeah, maybe
A
that's what we
multi-tool.
use. Yeah, multi-tool. Yeah.
Which, you know, might include getting through metal, and that also leaves the player come up with more stuff.
Yeah. Zelda compass finds hidden treasure.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, and that's what I always think of when I think of a compass. But we had talked about maybe the compass reveals areas on the hex crawl part of the map, but again, that's a very specific thing. I feel like that's something you could find or buy.
Right.
So,
man.
so was the Runehammer came in? Was that like Runehammer?
I believe that was Runehammer.
EZD6 publisher Runehammer?
Yeah, I mean,
wow.
yeah.
I'm famous. I figured it
guess
was,
so.
but that guy's got like 10 different names. I can't keep up with them. Not really, but
I don't think he has that different names.
no. There's Runehammer and
I
then
can't-
whatever his actual name is, which I
Of
always
his
forget.
name right now. Shoot. You would do that to me.
Yep.
But
I know
yeah.
his face. I know faces.
Yep.
That's all.
Well,
I
and I
can keep up with.
know because when we were down in Philly, a lot of guys went over to the Runehammer store down there because they got a store.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because when we go down to Philly and visit or do the Page, Philadelphia Area Gaming Expo, we I didn't go because we were doing stuff, but Elder Goblin Games and a couple others went because it's not too far away.
Jordan.
Jordan. Good
That
dude.
was the Runehammer.
Yeah.
2 to 3
It does
aliases.
have-
See, it was
Yeah, you're not wrong. Okay, all right.
something for dealing with large mammals.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I was kind of getting at with the cats and stuff. So
Yeah. But what is that? Ouch. Cheese.
cheese.
That's true. I mean, you're not wrong, Cepheus. I love cheese.
Eating it should be a religious experience. Oh.
What about? See, doesn't really do anything because I was like, I'm thinking about nuts. But see, the problem is I'm still stuck in making just a whole bunch of tier 2 items. I'm struggling with making something high tech because, like, a hazelnut canteen is cool. I did write down some below where we're working with the tools, just ideas I was having as Peter was talking.
Do we
but
want
none of them.
Well, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do we want to try and squeeze the pollen sprayer in there?
I'd like the pollen sprayer.
That feels a little bit higher
honestly,
tech too.
it could gather pollen from the air around you, so it doesn't have to be reloaded, so to speak. Like,
Well,
it's not...
that's why I have you have bees following you that refill it.
Okay, so it uses like the pheromones that bees will literally come and just like dump it in there.
Yeah, and you get X number of uses a day. Now that is kind of rulesy if we want to do that.
Yeah, but if you leave it as the pollen sprayer and then you have the filler text, what's that called? The flavor text, people can use it different ways.
Yeah. Also, speaking of nuts, you want to hear the big news?
Yeah, I want to hear some big nut news.
This is not really big news. I just was toying around with it the other day, so I don't feel like the modules for nuts will be good enough, but I want to take the core part of nuts, which was the squirrel system, and do some other stuff. So I took the core part being the ever-changing challenge roll and giving players a handful of dice and saying you can use these to push the narration whichever way you want. So instead of shells, we take all that out, and then it's going to be roll multiple d12s, and you're trying to get a number of passes. But you get a bunch of equipment, items, and gear and stuff to affect what you do and don't do. And four basic stats. Be a little crunchier.
Interesting.
It would not
With a
replace
different
nuts. It would be its own thing. But it would take the core part of it. So, because it is a squirrel system, instead of saying powered by the apocalypse, I can say this game is powered by ass.
Yes. Powered.
All right, back to work.
There it is. Wow. Well, good night, guys. I'll see you later. No, I'm just kidding.
Twice Dad's back. No, Big Stank probably covers that.
Compass.
What's Big Stank cover? The pollen sprayer?
Oh, the big animal stuff.
Oh.
I think.
Oh, yeah. Makes
because
large
if they
animals
eat you,
spit you out. But I mean, they still bite you. But I guess you could take one, instead of getting killed, you could just take one strike and spit out.
Yeah.
Significantly better.
Hey, the sap launcher could be called a pitch spitter tube.
Pitch spitter tube?
Yeah. I'm just trying to come up with unique names too. Or deal with that's we were right.
Yeah. Pollen sprayer bomb. But while that's cool and sounds higher tech and fits the higher tier safe zones, I don't feel like it does much. It just makes a stink cloud that can obscure vision. But say this is where it starts getting on the swarmers' turf, because it's like, oh, you could spray pollen all over the bad guy, and then the bees start stinging them. But that's the swarmer. Pitch isn't sap, my immersion.
He's correct. He's not.
Yeah.
He's right.
If you use the stank preemptively, they might just avoid you.
That's true. Especially if they sent you. They'll be like, oh, no, not dealing with the stank. Depends on how hungry they are, right?
Since we didn't want them to be consumables, I figured the big stank would just be something that's always active on you. Like something you're wearing.
Yeah. Correct.
Like you're just carrying around a jar with holes on the top of it. The stink's just coming out. So.
A big stank.
Big stank. Yeah, we need something else for pollen sprayer. I like that one, but I don't think it's doing it. What else we got over here? Collapsible skis.
I know. I did see that.
Could be an item you can use, but then when you're in town, you take a penalty because of the smell. Avoid, but at that cost. You stanky. Skunk. Swimming fins.
I think it was another kind of gauntlet. Are we getting rid of
Strength
compass too?
Probably. Tell you what, let's do this.
Oh man. Well, see, and then once again, it's kind of specific, but you could do a thistle launcher. But you could tie a rope to it. You could, but that kind of comes into the grappling hook.
Yeah.
I guess that could be called. I'm processing out loud.
Yeah.
I guess the grappling hook could be called a thistle launcher. Or not. Let's see.
Oh my.
What happened?
I gotta set me up another camera. There's a blue jay out here. His
Ooh.
mohawk was just all up, and his tail feathers were all spread out like a peacock. It was really cool
Got a
looking.
pretty lady, huh?
That's, there's 2 blue jays out there now.
They're fun to watch.
They're mean. I got
Yeah.
my blue jays have been pretty good, but one has come around the past couple days. He's a much younger and smaller one, and he is mean. I have to go out there and smack him around a little bit.
That's funny.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we
We're
got some-
stumping on this.
Yeah. That's because I feel like if you give them something that can deal with big cats, it's like, okay, that's a pretty potent item, whatever it is. Because the big cats, that's a large creature.
What about some kind of like backpack hammock?
You
Just to
could just
make
say
it more comfortable.
a whisper stone, and then you roll on the whisper stone table.
Ooh, for number 6.
Yeah. That's a pretty potent
Actually,
item. It's
that's-
not a tinker tool, though.
It's
But
not a tinker tool, but it would be pretty powerful.
yeah. Or 2, maybe, you know. Whisper stones. It's in the suggestions.
What about? I mean,
Catnip.
instead of a compass, we do something like some kind of glowberry pen, something, because we have the pen and journal stuff. What if we take it to the next step? Like, it's a pen that you can like write secret notes on the bark with, or draw with. What?
Somebody did mention earlier in the chat a while back about something to mark with,
Yeah,
and I kind of like that. But if it's glowing, that would be cool too. A mark you could see it, like maybe only in the moonlight or something, or only in the dark.
moonberry ink pen or something like that. Yeah,
Moonberry marker.
berry marker. I'll go with alliteration. Because that actually fits in the realm of the compass too, for like exploration and trying to help you avoid getting lost, but also allows you to use it for a lot of different role playing. So I feel like it's more open.
Yeah, which is what we want.
Yeah. Scavenged pet toy, a wind up mouse. Can we do a wind up mouse for number 6, please?
No. But a decoy, you know.
Cat toy.
And might not, you know, that could be pretty good. Just a wind-up decoy rodent or something to lure
Well,
predators.
that's what I'm
out.
saying.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
can be used for so many different things, even just like messing with people.
Yeah, let's do that.
I don't know. I feel like that's like an advanced tinker tool.
Yeah, wind-up decoy.
And if you leave it vague, you can.
Used to attract larger prey animals.
Wind up mouse. Twice dead mage with an exclamation point. That's great. He's excited.
Wind-up mouse. All right. Yeah, that's a good one. Cause you could let that thing run out there, and a bird comes and whoosh, gets it. Or,
Which could give you a moment.
yeah. Or if you're not sure something's around the corner, it's like, let it go. Is that
I
a
don't know.
trap tile? Yep.
Yes, it is. Oh, then you can just recover your tinker tool. That could be part of the fun.
Yeah.
And how are you recovering your tinker tool that's now stuck down in the trap? But
Predator animals? Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. I knew prey wasn't right, but I just want to put something down.
everything building material.
Legos as tools, that's it. So, you had dipped out at this point, twice dead. So, the way I'm writing the lore for this is I'm leaving it vague whether or not it is in a basically post-apocalyptic setting or whatever Mouse Ritter setting where you have human items left behind or remnants of humans. I am not adding that in there, but I'm not saying it's not there either. So I'm avoiding making tinker tools that would be like Legos and stuff like that. That would imply. But because it's vague, well, I mean, obviously GMs can do whatever they want, but because it's vague, I feel like it's easier to slide stuff in there if a GM decided, hey, yeah, we're going to have Lego pieces. Like, you're going to raid a Lego factory or something, you know? It can be a post-apocalyptic setting if you want, or it could just be out in some...
Or it could just be Redwall.
Yeah, uncharted land somewhere.
Yeah.
Lego wall,
Right.
Lego boat, Lego house. Yep, that would be super fun.
I do like the idea of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so that's the 18 we were going for.
Well, I don't know about fishbowl.
Okay.
I
What
think
are you
that was
thinking
the
then?
only one. Spring boots, ghillie suit, cutting tool, wee.
He wants. Tal says he's in if we had cowboy hats.
Do what? Post-apocalyptic add cowboy hats? I'm in. Okay. It's a fun setting.
Do we have any kind of? Well, we have a grappling hook gun. Do we have a bullhorn?
So, well, let's go through this. Common garden tool, that's easy. Player could choose, and then you don't need a description. Spring boots. So, like, how are we going to flavor these? Do we want to add flavor, or do we just want a name that implies something?
It's funny. I love flavor text, but I
Okay.
also love the idea of letting GMs and players be creative.
It's like, what
I
do
don't know
spring
what's more-
boots do?
I don't know what's more attractive to. EZD6 tends to be less explaining, right? Because even though some items you read, you'd be like, "Oh, okay, I guess I could use it for this," but it's pretty basic, right? So there's two sides of it. I guess. What do our fans think?
Boomstick, firecracker in a tube. I guess you could say, like, you could keep it really short. Spring boots, these allow you to jump really high. And then it's up to you whether that gets you a boon or just lets you jump or whatever the case may be.
And the players
Gillies.
could argue and to use them for many different things.
Yeah.
And that's what we wanted to be pretty vague, right?
Yep. Climbing gauntlets, wind up headlamp. So we could say, wind up and shine a light in the darkness, and that's it. Trying to avoid things like this can work once a day, or this is how you
Right.
yeah. So
Absolutely.
the moonberry marker obviously needs something. Like, marks anything, and whatever is marked will glow in the dark. It's technically a mechanic, but it's a very common sense mechanic. It's like, oh, this is a marker. This is what moonberry means. It just glows in the dark. Okay. Like, that's nothing you have to look up. You can very easily remember that. The extendo staff will need a little description, like, can extend to the height of your character, can shrink to the length of your arm. Grapple hook gun, very self-explanatory. Fire starter, lighter. I think we need a better word for that one or something. I like the idea of a fire starter, but like, if I ask 10 different people what a fire starter is, we're gonna get 10 different answers. So,
Well, because depending on the setting, it feels very Flint and Steel.
yeah.
Right.
So I'm thinking something that like more like a lighter,
Yeah.
If this was a Mouse Ritter setting, and it
But
was
we're also
a
talking.
well, I was gonna say if
fuel.
it's established, like, no, you're finding human items. This would just be called Bic Lighter.
Yes.
You know?
We're trying to make it a little bit more generic, so
Yeah.
calling it a fire starter might be the best idea.
Yeah. So it could be
But we
fire starter. tool. Small device. Fuel powered device that can make fire.
Well, yeah. See, that's my problem. Is I don't want it to be fuel powered.
Oh, you don't?
So that's what I'm struggling with. Well, because how are they harvesting? That makes it consumable, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like if it's a lighter, I mean that's got a pretty significant amount of uses. It's not something you would typically track, I don't think.
Okay.
Unless it's a very inefficient, early construction type of thing. It's like, oh, this only works 3 times or something. I'm trying to think of early day lighters. Stephen King book. That's a burn. Rope lighter. I don't think Cepheus likes Stephen King. I don't blame him either. The lighter was invented before the match. I did not know that, but somehow I am not surprised.
What? I mean, okay.
A pinch of moss.
I mean, we can keep the lighter. That's fine. It's just the suspension of disbelief. It's the...
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're making all these other things and they're building houses and stuff, so like, isn't too hard to... But I will look at some lighters and see what we can come up with.
Maybe a cool name.
And the screwdriver was invented before screws. So I could go on a rant about Phillips screws if you want me to and how much I hate them. But
They suck.
yeah. Well, do you know why they were invented?
No.
Their design intent is to suck. They are meant to strip. Because it was a way in very early manufacturing. The idea was, before we had all this torque stuff that could measure that was your torque limit. When your screwdriver or machine went like that on the head, you were done. Like it wasn't meant to come back out. It's like, oh, you're done. It's in and it's not coming back out. And for whatever reason, everybody insists that they're reusable. That they're in everything meant to be taken in, out, in, out, in, out. It's like, nope. Get a torque Sid. There's my rant.
I mean,
I hate Phillips.
That's what I don't use Phillips. I always use Torx, but love the Torx. Spark wheel lighter. All right, let's talk about replacing the fishbowl helmet. What are we lacking? I know music's jammy.
Yeah. Do we just want to say keeps your head safe and lets you breathe underwater?
Oh, you're keeping the fishbowl helmet.
Well, I'm asking because my resistance to it was because I felt like it needed a rule. But if we can just say let you breathe underwater and keeps your head safe, is that good enough? Keeps it loosey goosey, or
it does. I mean, the badger could put it on his fist when he punches somebody. I mean, there's a lot of little things I guess you could try to deal with it.
Because extendo staff we have to explain, grapple hook we don't, fire starter kind of would, big stank, that one we would have to say you carry this thing.
I think each one of them needs at least a sentence, right?
Yeah. And I'm kind of realizing, and it makes sense, as the tiers go up, they need more description, which makes sense because they get more complicated.
Yep.
You're harder to make in world.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Okay. So
that fits. Yeah.
So are we good with a fishbowl helmet? Like
if you are, I am.
Okay.
Because I can see multiple uses for it. You could literally make it and like put a fish in there and carry around a fish.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to.
Makeshift potion bottle.
Maybe we just call it fishbowl.
The puke poison has been reborn as the big stank.
The big stank.
Oh.
Puke poison.
Oh yeah.
I forgot that he
just
suggested
just
that.
make it a fishbowl. Is that what you said? And it's like you can use it as a helmet.
Yeah, that's what you want to do. Be creative with it.
You get that could be your flavor text. This is a fishbowl made out of unbreakable glass.
Unbreakable. That's a great word.
Yeah. May even, there's a question mark. It's like, may even let you breathe underwater.
How long does that actually work for, right? I mean,
Yeah.
not to be like that, but didn't they do, was it Mythbusters that did the Pirates of the Caribbean where they're holding the boat and walking underneath?
Oh, yeah.
I have to rewatch that one, but that's not.
I think it was a cool idea, but yeah, I don't think there's that much air under there. And plus,
Yeah. Well,
trying to hold
because
up
then
there.
as I say, it's the resistance. They wouldn't be able to walk across the
Yeah.
bottom.
Yep. Oh, show.
Well, what are you thinking? What do we have?
I
We
think
have
we're
a
good.
garden tool, a pitchfork.
I mean, yeah, longer weapon. Let me.
Look at you, Ron.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So
Wow, it's almost like we did that. That's
yeah,
thanks, Peter.
and then we'll close it off because it's good. GOOD. Terms of understanding English.
Now we got. I didn't realize he was Spanish speaking.
I did not either.
That's cool. That's
We
awesome.
learned something. All right, sandwiches.
I like it. Want to start sandwiches?
I think that's next.
All right, cool.
We got sandwiches, inclinations, and the whisper stones we could go over, which are up here. That might be an offline thing. Sandwiches.
maybe.
So let me pull up, because they're just potions. So I don't know if we'll actually need to make anything.
Probably just rename them to sandwiches.
Potions.
right.
Oh yes, right. He's got. Oh no, he just has 6. He's got, for a day you cannot be blinded by any effect, and you can see perfectly in any situation.
Interesting.
For a day. The time reset, ignore the turn you just took and retake it. So these are more magical. The seeing one we could say is like a carrot sandwich or something, but
The carrot sandwich.
Potion of Perfection. You have a boon for the day and anything you wish, which is pretty cool. We could make that work. Maluk's Revenge. For a scene when you are hit by a melee missile or magic, roll a d6. On a 4+, you shoot something back. That one wouldn't work. A Wall Clinging Potion. The ability to walk on any solid surface for a day. Take 2 consecutive turns on each. Okay, so do we want, since we're stripping magic out, now see those potions I just listed, those would be good whisper stones. Some of those would have been anyway. The sandwiches, do we want them to be more, I'm going to say health stuff, even though that doesn't make sense, but
I
like
thought we were going, yeah.
boon to this, boon to that, restore some strikes.
Correct.
You speaking Spanish over there?
Yeah.
Moss
poquito.
witches. Making moss witches. Ha!
Pork chop sandwiches.
Ooh.
We've had that conversation multiple times this week.
Unfortunately, oh, it's great. All right, so let me make a.
Now I want some beans.
You want some beans?
I love beans, man. Beans on eggs. Sorry, I'll shut up. All right,
Sandwiches.
I could digress. Well, we're talking food. And I haven't eaten yet today, so I'm just like, food sounds good.
I don't know if we have a goal of sandwiches we want to make, but I would assume at least 6, right?
I mean, that's kind of been our theme, eh?
Yeah. We don't need a whole lot. So, sandwich 1. Just, I don't know what you want to call it. Meat sandwich. Restore 2 strikes.
Sure.
Now, in EZD6, potions can be used in combat, but this is a sandwich, so are we going to have
Meat
the
in
rule?
a sandwich. Hold on,
Pull a
Snake.
scanner.
I must eat my sandwich.
Yeah. Do we want to say, hey, these have to be used outside of combat? That would make the healer even stronger. They'd be the only thing able to heal in combat. More about beans on eggs.
I mean, have you ever had beans and eggs?
What kind of beans?
I mean, I've done baked beans, vegetarian beans. They're like a slice of toast, an egg, and some baked beans on it is like super bomb. Black beans? Oh, sorry. I just like beans. I'm a weirdo. All right. What page is the potions on? Why can I find them?
I had it marked 92.
Thank you. Somehow I passed it.
So let me make a note here. Oop, that's not what I wanted.
Okay, so it's literally there's only 6 options then.
Sammiches replace potions, but cannot be used in combato. Right?
Correct. PB and J grant spider climb.
In combat, it heals half during. Well, I like that logic, but when you only have
Steven,
1 and 2.
Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you popped by too, man. That's awesome.
Beans
We're gonna do some beans on eggs.
Oh man!
All right. The potion of speed.
PB and J
All right.
restore 2 strikes.
I love people and jelly. So good.
Hi.
Who you saying hi to?
I got a cat on me.
Oh,
I had her dancing up here earlier.
Nice.
She's clawing me. Hurts.
Stay for the recipes.
ttrpg recipes.
Oh, I love it. There's actually an entire Redwall cookbook out there,
Yeah,
which
buddy.
I wish I had it right now because we could use it as inspiration.
There's a Skyrim
Or-
cookbook too.
I did not know that.
Pretty sure.
Do
Anyway.
you have it?
No, I don't. It's
I
just taking existing recipes and adding fluff.
Oh, is that all it is?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, the food in Skyrim came from somewhere. They didn't just make it up.
I mean, that's true. That's true. Hey, where are you writing these down? Because I can't find us on the
go up.
sandwiches.
There you go.
Found it. I
Yep.
got it.
Um,
Mr. Blawface says, "Hey, Scrap."
hello. This is a food blog. There's Glee. Isn't there a massive? We found it at the con we went to. You had seen it before. A cookbook from Stardew Valley.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Which are, well, I think there's some goofy things in that game, but like that is, I would feel like mostly just normal recipes. Anyway, what's another potion? Grant a boon. Grants a boon to a thing of your choice. What kind of? One bug sandwich.
Griffin. Yeah.
Bug sandwich. Honey sandwich gives you an easier time with bugs. You sweet. A fluffer nutter would be the tier 2 spider climb.
That's funny. Spiced apple and soft cheese sandwich.
Ugh. Sounds good.
Blackberry and cream cheese sandwich. I can give you tons of different types of sandwiches as far as what they do. I don't know. Grant you a boon to a thing of your choice. And now, is that for the rest of the day? Or is that just for but one scene?
I got it from this one. Potion of perfection. You have a boon for the day and anything you wish. So for the day.
Okay.
Grants a boon for the day. To a thing of your
Knuckle
choice.
sandwich improves unarmed combat. Yes. Yes. Wouldn't a bug sandwich make you sick? I think we need to eat more bugs.
Technically, they're good for you.
Twice dead mages.
2 mama sandwich. Another diet that you don't want to.
That's good. That's good.
That's why you have a
Alright.
boon day, something of your choice.
Vanilla. All right, restores 2 strikes, which is great. What about something like Lambas bread, where it fills you up? Like if you eat the sandwich, you can avoid spending your supplies for a day or something.
Will the whole party
I know
eat
it
the
seems
sandwich?
powerful. What'd you say?
Does the party eat that sandwich?
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they'd have to because the way
Yeah.
resources work.
That's true. All right. Well, I was just having thoughts. You're right. It doesn't work.
It's a Subway sandwich, and you chop it up and give it to everybody. It's a hoagie.
It's a hoagie.
Moss hoagie. But that's
What does
just
the
like
moss
having.
hoagie do?
That's just like having an extra supply. It's kind of.
Yeah, we don't have to do that.
I'm gonna put it there.
Well, what about the moss hoagie does something where? No, that seems really powerful. I was gonna say you eat it and get a karma.
You'd have to get multiple karma, I feel like, to make it worth it, but that's also just kind of redundant too.
Right. No, I'm just processing. So the thing is with EZD6, there is not a ton of there's not a ton of resources to hand out, right?
Yeah. Goodberry and D&D. That's true.
So do we break down bugs? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if sandwiches don't expire, that could be, and if you just have unlimited inventory space, it's like, yep, I got this moss hoagie, I'm saving for a good time. And you get to traveling, and you're like, dang it, we ran out of supplies. It's like, no, don't worry. Boom, moss hoagie. It could be all right. So I'm gonna.
I mean, Tails has a good point, and it's kind of why I him and hawed about it. Was if you remove your interaction with a subsystem, they aren't all that exciting because they just stop the gameplay in that space.
I agree. I came this far. Just in case we can't come up with anything better.
Our creative juices are dwindling.
We shifted gears.
Well, my problem is I want to build them like more specific, like the carrot and mint hummus sandwich. It gives you a bonus to your sight of perceiving things, right? Pepper sandwich just kills you.
There you go. How about that?
That seems really magical, though, right?
You're spicy.
It gives you a boon to intimidating.
Just kills you. Ooh, not needing to rest.
Yeah, maybe that's what the moss hoagie does.
But that would just be a free supply anyway, right? Kind of same thing, just different wording.
You don't need to rest. Could be where your travel, you just doubled the travel for a day for your entire party because you're going through the night.
Do we want sandwiches to be a party thing? Like everybody gets it?
It's your picnic basket full of PB&Js and everybody restores 2
giant
strikes.
sandwich.
Well, let's talk about how the mechanic works. Sandwiches are made by who, or how are they gathered? Or
That's an inclination.
yes.
Well, that's one way.
the
I guess you could reward players with it. Like if they do something in town, somebody's like, "Here's a sandwich."
Here's some PB&J sandwiches.
Yeah.
Right, because
but
it's supposed to be like
there is the inclination, and I think what we have worded currently is
chef.
the tier of the safe zone is how many sandwiches you can get while in a safe zone. So you could be pulling 3. That's a lot. So probably
Yes
not a
and no.
party-wide thing.
Okay. So the moss hoagie.
Well,
so
unless otherwise stated. I'm just saying, don't make them all automatically party-wide.
okay. Well, do we change the moss hoagie to not needing to rest instead?
Could. Now tell me what's
That way
the
they
what's
still
the
have to spend their
advantage of
supply.
what's the
You can
advantage of
travel
not
farther.
resting in a shorter
You can-
amount of time?
You can, because you don't have to stop to rest, so your travel now goes for 3 hexes instead of 2.
But you're still consuming a supply.
You still have to consume a supply, yes.
So what does that gain you? I understand if somebody says, "Hey, you have 2 days to travel," and
You're
it's
covering the distance sooner because you're not stopping.
yeah, but that seems very specific when that would actually be beneficial.
Okay.
Ice cream sandwich. Get resistance to fire. Ooh. That's a good one. More keeping moving rather than not needing to play. Maybe you need maybe tracking a creature. See, I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just wondering how frequent that would be useful. Kind of like that was, you know, the problem we ran into with the otter. It's like, well, you're not always going to have water, so.
Because I thought we were going to encourage exploration as a big.
Yeah, but that just makes you explore faster. So.
All right. I mean, not consuming the supply is also fine.
Yeah.
Because that does. I mean, at the end of the day, I see what you're saying. Because you can go one more day longer.
Yeah. Leave it there, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Pepper sandwich, your attacks inflict fire. It's kind of silly, but I like it.
I know.
You can breathe fire.
Well, because you could.
No. Pepper sandwich. What if the pepper sandwich gave you, you know, spicy breath or whatever? So when you bite a creature, they are now burning and they have to do a miraculous save. So it's kind of like a poison.
Yeah.
But you actually
kind of
have to get in there and bite them and be able to bite them.
Like after eating spicy ramen, then you kiss your wife, and she's like, "Ah, my mouth is burning."
Is that personal experience?
Yes. A honeyed turnip sandwich. Sweet energy. Elderberry jam and cream. Is there what's
It gains time, Scrat. I know, but like, unless otherwise specifically stated, time is not an important resource.
Time is always an important resource.
It is for me in the real world, but it is not in TTRPGs, because how many times if he's like, all right, let's pop a long rest, even though we're in the middle of a dungeon, you know, just 8 hours, don't care. Oh.
I mean,
Capsaicin only causes burning in mammals. Oh. Boo.
all right. What about how does halfling luck like thing work in this system? Is there anything that is like that?
The halflings, don't they just start with potions or something?
I don't remember. But is there a way to like
another breakfast? Start with a healing potion, and then larger foes have difficulty hitting you, so you have +1 to your target number.
But I'm referring to Dungeons and Dragons halfling luck, where you're able to like, if you eat the sandwich once that day, you get to re-roll a check. I did think of the karma for a sandwich, Tails, Peter. I thought so too. Or that sandwich gives you a hero die. I don't know if that's too.
Well, I mean,
strong,
I am down for that, but is that, when I think of that, it's like, okay, you could have just given the player a hero. It's like a hero die. It's like an extra step for the same thing, but at the same time, not really, because if you pick the chef and you stroll up in a tier 3 safe zone and you're getting 3 sandwiches, it's like they just load up on hero dice, you know, bloop, 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 you know.
Right.
And I guess you can also give it to other players too.
Yeah.
It's a hero die you can share.
Correct.
Oh, what if you did something like gives 2 hero die but has to be used before the end of the day?
Oh, so it's a sandwich that needs refrigeration.
No, I mean when you eat it, those hero dice have to be used that day.
Yeah.
Or is that too hard to keep up with?
I don't think so. I mean, you could arguably make it per session. I know it's a little meta currency, but
can you only have 1 hero die at a time? If so, no. You start with 1 hero die typically, unless you have an inclination.
Because you can turn in karma for hero die also.
Yep. Ooh.
The champion sandwich.
What if the sandwich made hero die cost half as much for a day?
Oh, interesting. You could turn in, what, 3 karma instead of 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're invigorated. Your sandwich invigorates you.
Yeah. And if you happen to get a lot of karma that day.
That's not a bad idea.
For one day, you can turn karma into hero dice.
Is that a gyro sandwich?
There we go. Hero.
Did you call it gyro? I always call it gyro. Maybe I say it wrong.
Gyro. 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 Depends on where you're from. Hi.
Right. You need to hydrate.
I need to hydrate. I did. I'm all out.
So see, the boon one covers so much because you're like, oh, give a boon to their senses because it's clean their senses out or something like that. But the problem is that's as easy to say that's the bug sandwich. You know what I mean?
Griffin Spades with me. It's pronounced gyro.
Interesting. Depends where you're from, man. No, I grew up calling it gyro. I was probably wrong though.
Yes.
My mom was stupid. All right. Let's see.
Well, it's one of those things, you know, if you're American, you read it, it's like, yep, that's spelled gyro, but other places, that is gyro. And then we just use the word and mix it in with our own, because that's the American language.
I'm gonna start pronunciating it correctly. Gyro. I love gyros though, like delicious.
I worked with a guy whose parents had a shop for that and had it once, and man, was it good. Like they were wherever those originate from.
I thought it was Greek, right?
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure it's Greek. I worked for a guy from Greece. I actually bussed at he owned one of the local restaurants, and I was a busboy back in my high school days, and he was Greek, and that was like one of his favorite things was to make was gyros, and he was very particular. Like if somebody made it wrong, like he had a chef.
They made them right there, and they were good.
Yeah, he would scream at that chef if he messed it up. It was very interesting.
All right, so number 6 got to be a good one.
Yeah. What are some afflictions in EZD6? There's not really, like, you don't have fatigued, right? You don't have those kind of things typically.
No, the afflictions, that's like your miraculous save stuff. So it's like, I'm on fire, I am poisoned, I got acid all over me. Then you have...
You get a boon to specifically miraculous saves and defense rolls for the day?
Defense rolls might be... Both of those would be too much at the same time. See, my only hesitance is like, you get this for the day. That's really super cool, but it would really super suck if you ate that and then had no miraculous saves that day. It would feel
Hence why the bug sandwich grants a boon for the day to a thing of your choice.
Yeah.
It's super awesome. Yeah.
And you can't pop a sandwich when the thing happens.
Correct.
Unless... Instead of sandwich, what are those like really tiny sandwiches called?
Like a micro sandwich?
Well, it's the goofy, I have a lot of money and don't know what to do with my life kind of sandwiches where you go to the tea houses and they bring out the little triangles sandwiches and you can just like one bite.
I don't know what you're talking about. People do that?
A tea sandwich, I think. They bring it out on the 3-tier tower.
It is called a tea sandwich, also referred to as a finger sandwich.
Finger sandwich. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah. So we could call them finger sandwiches.
See,
or just
I'm
small
the
sandwiches.
opposite. I'm like, I just want like massive sandwiches.
Yeah. So, yeah, I do love the idea of the sandwiches, but and posh, I guess.
I am posh, I guess.
So I guess you could just say, yeah, you take a bite out of this, just a massive. I mean, you are an animal, I guess. So
Yeah.
you could just take a massive bite out of your sandwich. Because then you could have your miraculous saves get a boon for the entire day, and you could hang on to that sandwich until that happens, and you're like, oh crap, I am on fire. Sandwich or whatever.
Yum fingers.
Yeah, I never really understood that. The finger sandwich is like, well, you always hold sandwiches with your fingers, so it's not like it's any more or less finger food now. So I'll get it.
There's got to be something behind it. We're just not seeing.
So we could make it more like potions where you can just use them, unless I just wonder if there's another way around it, because I like the idea of them not being able to be used in combat. And then, is there some kind of fail safe we could do? Like, hey, if this doesn't trigger for the day, something you get instead, or like
that way you don't feel like you're wasting it.
Yeah, like, hey, if you go the whole day without this being used, get X hero dice or karma or something, or.
Oh, interesting. That's not a bad idea.
You could do that, because that would kind of make your hero a little redundant, but you could say... You munching? No,
I'll just picture like, you're right, because it's
out.
a hand sandwich versus a finger sandwich.
Oh, okay.
I like hands sandwiches.
Man, I could go for a good sub or something. But no, what if we could have it where, for like the miraculous save ones, you have a boon on your miraculous saves until you pass a miraculous save. Like, you just...
Okay, that way it doesn't go away.
Yeah, you have it until it's consumed.
It's like stored energy inside your body.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea. I like it. That way it doesn't feel useless.
Yeah, so let's try that.
Let's try it, yeah. Remember, we're going to playtest all this, and we're going to throw it all in the garbage.
Yeah. Champion sandwich.
Just
I don't know
good.
what to call it. We can call it something later.
Champion sandwich is good.
I'm going to say gain 2 boons, since it's 2
Whoa.
boons, 2 miraculous saves. Gain this effect.
Do you have to use
lasts.
2 boons at once, or can you split it up?
No, it's basically a free pass. Almost a free pass. Or you could just say...
eat a different sandwich. Wow.
Hmm?
Ira Rumpf.
You eat a different sandwich?
Like, you
Get a random effect?
boon until you eat a different sandwich.
Oh.
Like,
That'd
you
be
can only
like-
be under
yeah,
the
that's
effects of
how
one
the-
sandwich at a time. That's
That's
actually not a bad idea.
That's how the food works in Monster Sanctuary, which is pretty
Yeah.
cool. Okay.
Nailed it.
But that means we couldn't have a potion or a sandwich that restores strikes.
Yeah, you could.
That just wipes your buff clean but heals you. That's not bad.
I mean, why not?
Okay.
Nice restart. I mean, 2 strikes is huge.
Yeah, it is. It's basically a full restore. Actually, we could, if it's going to wipe your buff, I would flavor that as or define that as a full restore. In case you're like the Badger or something, you have extra strikes.
Maybe that's the better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that. Thank you, Ira.
restores all strikes. So let's do that, and then instead of 2 boons, I don't know. Do we want to leave it at 2 boons, even if it lasts permanently? That might be too much.
You can still fail a 2 boon roll.
Yeah, and your miraculous saves are typically 6.
Right. Leave it at 2.
Okay.
You just ate a champion sandwich. You're all filled up.
It's the 6. For 1 day, you can turn... Okay, so... That's not for 1 day. That would be forever. You can turn karma into hero dice at half the cost. There's some heckin' good sandwiches. Travel fast. I'm still not sold on that one. Grants a boon for the day. Bug sandwich. Grants a boon to a thing of your choice. Alright, so sandwiches replace potions but cannot be used in combat. Sandwich.
Especially since they can't be used in combat.
Till a different sandwich is. So if I like this idea. But the chef thing becomes kind of weird if you get 3 sandwiches. If you're in a tier 3. Right?
Yeah, but you can hand them out. Like they don't. Sandwiches are travelable, right? Because we're making like a potion. So like, you gotta disbelieve a little bit. Your PBJ is not gonna go bad. So he stocks up on his PB&Js. They're not used during combat. So this is just extending your vacation. Your adventure. What are Bashkim's stats?
There's Duck.
Hi, Duck. The official Duck, right?
Yeah, I had to ask a different Duck in Discord if he was the official one, and he said no. So I got too many ducks. I don't have my ducks in a row.
Gotta get your ducks in a row. Speaking of ducks in a row, I am running very dangerously low on time.
Oh yeah, it's your go time. Okay, so do we need to close it out there?
Yeah, we gotta. I mean, you can keep going if you want me to.
No, I think we did good. We covered a lot of stuff here.
Duck just got here. I don't want to be rude.
Yeah, I know.
These are gas station sandwiches. They don't go bad.
Oh no. And I am too full for this. That's the rule. Maybe the boss hoagie also allows you to use a predator ability, even if you lose a sign from narrative. Okay.
It's a mental vacation.
That would be pretty good. I'm gonna write that down before we go.
Yeah. Because that fits the moss.
Yeah, dude. Griffin Spade is like on point. He's got all the rules, everything up here. He's
Griffin. He just wants to help us design it.
He is co-developing.
Honestly, all of Chad is helping out a ton.
Ducks are great to reduce mosquito populations. That's right.
Ira, it is Stoat. It is officially Stoat that is going to be our new.
Yeah.
Sadly, it is not the possum.
Stoat.
The Stoat will be fun.
Won by 2 points. Should be doing homework.
Dos puntas. All right. Well, Stoat is the victor.
Yeah, we got Stoat, so we'll have to make that. Add him in. We already got some ideas for that. I think it'll be easy. We got some Tinker Tools. I think we hit all the Tinker Tools, right? Yeah, we were good with all the Tinker Tools we made. So we have 18 Tinker Tools, 6 for each tier. So that's fine. We got some sandwiches going. A little kink to work out there, but we'll figure it out. And then we did a bunch of inclinations off stream. A lot of them were just plucking from vanilla EZD6 and then trying to add our own where we could. So we got a little more work to do there. And then Whisper Stones. But we have a bunch already in progress over here. That one will be easy because they're just magic. Like we don't really have any constrictions to work with or restrictions. We can just do what we want. So big question of the day, Jacob. Do you think there's going to be some play testing next week? Like just combat scenarios or?
I mean, we should probably talk about next week.
Yeah. Are you booked?
Next week's a rough week for me. So.
Okay. That's not Gen Con week, is it? No, that's week after that.
The week after, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, next week I'm pretty slammed. So,
yeah. Which, by the way, guys, the week, the 31st, that Thursday, I will be on the road driving to Gen Con, so there will be no stream. We'll be at Gen Con playing this. That's what we'll be doing.
Good.
Not really.
Yeah, next week I won't be home in time for our stream. I'll be at a rec program with 35 children running around in the sun.
Oh boy.
It's my week to cover, so
Fun times.
so playtesting will have to be after Gen Con.
Yeah. Okay.
Which makes sense because maybe you and I can get a couple of sessions in of like finalizing some stuff.
Yeah. Are you gonna be able to do the DCC with nuts on the 26th with all that stuff going on?
Yeah, that's a weekend.
Yeah. Okay. I got you.
Yeah. It's Monday through Friday, so
All right. Good deal. All right. Well, I will get folks posted and updated about that, and then yeah, golly, I feel like there's a finish line in sight. At least the play testing certainly on the horizon. So
yeah,
we're
I
in
mean,
good shape.
developing is
we're cruising.
we've got a lot in. So thank you so much for all of you viewers who come in and share your thoughts, comment on the videos. The encouragement keeps me going. You guys are fantastic. Twice Dead Mage is Cepheus, Glee.
There's some brawling in the chat going on.
Yeah, Glee and I are gonna fight.
Good times.
Awesome. Well,
good stuff. Closing it
good
out.
stuff.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
We will not. Well, I
Great
already
mustache.
forgot. Did we already say we won't see you next week? That's right. That's what we just
I
said.
won't be here next week, but
Okay,
if
so-
you want, I don't know whatever you're doing.
I don't know if I'll do a solo one. I don't know. Maybe I'll drag Peter back into it. We will see. Next stream pending, and then the week after that, we will be at Gen Con. So come out, see us, hang out, buy me a beer or 2 or 10. I'll drink it. I love drinking beer when it's other people's money and not mine. So, not really. I actually did find this. Can I show this on YouTube? Skydog. It's pretty good.
Yeah, you were telling me about it.
That was good. But
Yeah.
anyway, now that I demonetized myself, I will see y'all later. Next time, say bye, YouTube.
Adios.
That's not what I said to say.
That's what I said.
Which
You
tab,
can't tell me what to say.
which tab has the YouTube button? There it is. End and stream.